Hi everyone, this is Andrea with My World by Andrea, and I'm sitting here getting ready to interview Scott Nova. He is one of the top cover models that's out there right now, and he's agreed to take time out of his busy schedule to come and speak with us for a little bit about what's going on in his world. We just returned from RT. He was there. We're going to find out what he was doing there, where you might be able to follow him on his Facebook page, and anything in the future he might have coming up. And good morning. How are you?
Morning. Hello.
We just returned from RT, as I just stated, and
Yep.
you were there. And so, what were you actually doing there besides walking around and greeting all the fans?
Well, it was my eighth RT. Started with them in 2011 and had a real good relationship with Joe Carroll and Carol Stacy and Catherine and Ken, and so many of the authors and editors and owners and fans that always go to RT that it was always on my calendar every year. So I would go and do various promos and normally shoot with at least somebody that would be there. Normally, at least one photographer always goes to RT,
Right,
so it's a real easy way to get with a photographer. At RT Reno, I was not aware that it was going to be the last one
right. It
until
shocked everyone.
yeah, until I got there. I mean, I had my reservations about it. I heard some rumblings, but I thought it was just that. It was just
Right,
rumblings. Um, but when I got there, I had plans to do some promo work with Christine Thean. Unfortunately, because of politics within the modeling world and some of the big publishers don't use independent models like myself, I can't necessarily be on her covers, but I can do all the promo work with her that she desires. I've done the trailers with her, with Sheila English and Circle of Seven Productions. And so, because we had done the trailers together and I portrayed the character Giovanni, she wanted me to come since she was having her gig on that particular night. Unfortunately, Christine got sick, so I had to
right,
take off. But Sheila and I did our best to still make it interesting for everybody. Didn't plan on shooting with Claudia,
right.
but really, really, really happy that I did. Um, Chloe Wren had facilitated that, and we've actually did get a cover out of it. Chloe was very happy with the one shot that we got, so she's picked it up, and she'll be. I've seen it. I've seen the cover, but
Right.
yeah, she'll be revealing that, and I think the next couple of months, I believe, I'd have to go back through my message log with her and see. I know Claudia and I are just starting to chat about her and I doing another shoot. She's wanting to come up here to Columbus, where I'm at. She's in Indianapolis, Indiana. She's only about 3 hours away from me.
Right.
Um, Sorry if I look over at my monitors a lot. I own an IT company, and right now everything, it's the middle of the day, so all my guys are out doing work, and we've got companies and stuff. So I might be checking some messages, but I'll do my best to be focused right here. But I know Claudia's going to come up here to Columbus, and we're going to shoot some different things. One being with my pro muscle car that I have,
Nice.
and we're going to do some badass mechanic stuff. I know motorcycles gangs are really hot right now, but we're going to try and bring some muscle
Muscle
cars
cars.
to the forefront here for some shots.
I think
So
you had a picture of your muscle car on Facebook. Nice
yeah,
car.
yeah.
Nice car.
I just got it out of storage. It's been in storage for 8 months because I've been so busy with the business that I've really had no time to go get it. It requires a lot of my time in general, so I just
Sure.
I didn't have the time to give, so I just got it out of storage, which made my little boy really happy because he absolutely loves riding in that thing.
I'm sure. I mean, it's gorgeous. It's absolutely
Thank you.
gorgeous. And speaking of that, where can they find you at on the multimedia, on your Facebook page or wherever?
Facebook's where I'm at the most. I honestly don't really care for Instagram's interface. I just don't care for it. It's a
Right.
personal preference. Um, But I do have an Instagram. It's Scott.Nova on there, pretty simple. Facebook is Scott Nova CM. The CM is for cover model. Same thing for Twitter. And my Facebook page, my fan page is the original Scott Nova. But I'm on there, but not as much as I probably should be.
Right.
Reggie Denching is always yelling at me because I'm not on there enough. He's always screaming at me to be more active on social media, and I'm always like, yes, boss, I know, I got it.
Right.
But I get around to it because I'm really focused on the business right now because this is my end game. I want to be looking at financial complete independence within the next 5 to 8 years. Retired in 10 to 12, so I'm really hammering on this company to try and get it as big as I can right now, and that way then Leslie and I can enjoy
your life.
I'm the old one in the relationship. She's good, but she likes to tell everybody. She likes to tell everybody that I'm 7 years older, so she really enjoys that.
I see. Yeah, she doesn't say the age, which is fine. It's just at 7,
Yeah.
Let them know that you're older.
Right. I'm not afraid. I don't feel. I'm 41 years old. I'll be 42 in September. I don't feel that's old by any means.
No.
But in the modeling world, it's not the youngest. I've had a few jobs that I didn't qualify for just because I got gray in my beard. I got some gray up through here.
Right.
And stuff. So it's the nature of the beast. Now in the cover modeling industry, it's a different beast. You can just change your look around a little bit. And in 2016 and 2017, I kind of struggled with that. I think a little bit of it was a little bit of pride, a little bit of ego.
Right.
But this year's proving to be good. For a lack of a better term. And shooting with Claudia was great. And got some more things with her scheduled, and really hope to get up to Chicago to shoot with Reggie again soon because Reggie and I really hit it off great. He's amazingly talented, and I want to get out near Youngstown, which is out near Pennsylvania, Ohio border, and shoot with Emma Ryder.
Oh, okay.
She's a great author, but she's also got really great design ideas, and she's turning into one hell of a photographer.
Nice.
So. Really want to get out there and do some work with her, but it's just finding time to do it.
Right. You had mentioned that you had an IT company. How long have you been doing that type of work?
Well, I started in IT in 1996 when I kind of was in college and I was going to be a marketing major, which kind of peaks out whenever I'm doing things with my company or doing things with modeling or my brand or anything like that. I don't really struggle with ideas to how to get out there. Most of the time, I have great ideas. It's just finding the time to do them.
Right.
And I haven't pulled the trigger yet to hire a PA or anything like that. That may end up having to happen because I've had people that have requested things from me that I've just simply not been able to accommodate. I've had to tell them I just simply don't have the time.
Right.
Because I don't have the time to set up the logistics and the operational side of the shoot, especially a custom shoot that requires time and preparation and stuff like that, and finding locations. And it just gets to be too much because I've never put modeling in front of my family. Now, the business sometimes steps in front of the family, but that has to a little bit. But the modeling has never stepped in front of the family. So when the business takes a lot of my time, and then I have all my family stuff with my little boy and Leslie and I making time for us. And I'm a competitive powerlifter, and I throw in the heavy games, the Scottish heavy games. I need to make time to train and practice. So the modeling kind of kept getting knocked down the list. Not that I don't care for it anymore. I don't care for all the stupid drama that goes on anymore. But in almost 9 years of doing this, I've never had an image reported. I've never been in Facebook jail. I don't know how some people continually do that, but it just happens.
Right.
But I got into IT in '96. I started the company in January of 2017, and in 1 year we had 175% growth.
Wow. Impressive. Nice. And then, how long have you been? How did you get into being a cover model?
Well, a lot of people know Cindy Walker. She is an old timer from, not to call her old, she'll probably smack me next time she sees me, but she's old time with RT. She used to run all the models for the Mr. Romance competition that they
Right.
had,
Okay.
that they ended in 2011. I was on the last Mr. Romance competition. Len Gunn ended up winning that. But amazingly enough, that group of guys stayed very active within the community. Len is still shooting, still incredibly uh, successful print and editorial model. Shane Rice is really successful model, fantastic guy, owns his own business as well. And then there's myself, there's Jeremy Rubenberg. I mean, just so many of the guys stayed active.
Right.
Delon Donovan lives here in Columbus with me, and we hang out every now and again. But Cindy saw me on a modeling website, and heck, then I weighed like 155 pounds at 6'1", so I didn't know anybody would want to put my skinny ass on a romance novel. But she said I had a good attitude and a good look, and so she got me to go to 2011 in LA. And I didn't even know this existed. I didn't even know there was such a thing as being, I mean, I heard the word Fabio before, but I didn't really know what it meant. And I had no idea that the authors and the fans and the editors and all the graphic designers were all so passionate about their cover models and about their heroes.
Mm-hmm.
And so I saw as a point where, because of the burdening, the blowing up of the internet, that I didn't have to be in Miami or New York or Los Angeles to be successful as a model.
Correct.
That I could shoot, I could find contacts, and I could use the internet to get myself out there. Namely, Facebook, stuff like that.
Right.
So I've had a website for a couple of years. It's not all that much. I keep saying I'm going to rebuild it, but again, there's that time factor.
Right.
Not that websites are all that hard, but it's just not up on my priority list. So, but Cindy Walker recruited me, and I tell you, without Cindy, I wouldn't have even known this existed.
Good. So you had made mention that you had just did a cover for Chloe Wren. Is there anything else going on that you probably can't mention a whole lot, but anything going on between now and the end of the year that we might see you on?
Actually, no, I don't really have anything that I, have to play bake book about.
Okay.
No, like I said, 2017 was pretty slow for me. I discovered the Scottish Heavy Games, committed myself to packing on about 20 pounds of weight within the next year to 18 months. Not all of that will be lean muscle. You can't build that kind of lean muscle in that amount of time if you're just doing it with food and training. But I've trained hard, tried to stay healthy, and building the business at the same time. So the modeling kind of really slowed down.
Right.
And so I don't have a lot of momentum right at the moment. I'm trying to build that back up. But I've got a lot of old images that don't depict the way I look anymore. Not that they're bad images, but they're older. And I didn't have the experience in front of the camera and an experience working with photographers. So I'm going to retire a lot of that stuff and try and, like I said, shoot with Emma and shoot with Reggie and shoot with Claudia again and stuff like that. Now, the really, really interesting thing is that I will be at the Wild Wicked weekend in.
It's in February.
I think it's in Houston.
It is.
Okay, it's in Houston in February. If I got that wrong, Kate would have kicked my ass. But we'll be down there with Stu Reardon and Michael Foster and Eric Jacobs. Really excited about that. Love hanging out with those guys. So we're going to be down there. I don't know if I'm going to have time for really anything else between now and the end of the year.
Right.
A lot of times I try to make it to Rebels
Mm-hmm.
that Tanya puts on.
Right.
Right at the moment, I don't have any workings with any photographer or with any authors down there to do any promo or anything like that.
Okay.
But it's only a 2 hour drive for me, so I may just go down and be able to walk through and talk and meet everybody and see
Right.
friends and stuff like that. Say hi to some of the guys. But right now it's just focusing on the business, and I'm actually trying to do more non-romance modeling.
Oh, okay.
So I want to get into other avenues. I've got a really great friend, Harvey Stables. Almost called him Harley, but he is in Canada. He'll kick my ass for saying it that way. But he's fantastic guy, fantastic model, amazing father, and he's been jumping all over shooting with various agencies, doing a plethora of different things, commercials and ad work and stuff like that. And I'd like to get into some of that.
Okay.
So kind of chatting with Harvey a bit to do some work with Harv and Darren, who you saw at RT in Reno.
Correct. Yes.
uh, Him and his girl was there, and Darren and I are going to be chatting here soon because we're going to try and combine forces and do some really nice charity work,
Nice.
uh, and try and just bring awareness to a few things. And I really can't say any more than that because we haven't really hashed out any more than
Right.
that.
Right.
But I know that he and I hit it off really well. He's brand new into this crazy industry, but he's a super nice guy.
Good.
We have a lot of similar interests. So, and he's on a Chloe Wren book. And then I just got onto
Right.
a Chloe Wren book. So I think with that combined, maybe we can get Chloe involved, which would
Sure.
be great. So just all that kind of stuff, just to be able to give back and do something. I think both of us would love to do something with kids. So we're, lots
Right.
going on.
And when is you had mentioned the Scottish Games, when is that happening?
Well, there's festivals all over the country, and really all over the world. Um, the first one that I have coming up is in 2 weeks.
Oh.
It'll be at the Lorain County Fairgrounds in, I think, northern Ohio, and it's the Ohio Scottish Games. And there they have there's different federations that are based around the country that kind of host different games in their respective regions.
Right.
And so you get a lot of different games put on by a lot of different people, but it's a pretty close knit group. So you have that, and then there's a huge Irish festival here in Columbus in August, and the first weekend in August, and so there is an invitational there, and I threw there last year, and I'm more than likely I'm hoping that I'll get invited to throw there this year. Um, and then there's ones at the Edinburgh College in Pennsylvania that I think I'm going to go to in September. And the biggest gathering of Scottish clans is at Grandfather Mountain in Linville, North Carolina, right outside of Boone and Banner Elk, North Carolina.
Okay.
That you have to qualify for the day of if you're not a pro. I'm not a pro. And so hopefully I'll qualify, and then I'll be able to throw with those guys. And my clan is there, and my clan is represented a lot across the country. It's a pretty big clan, so it's really nice to be able to represent the clan when you throw and stuff like that. So I have about 4 games or 5 games on the docket for the year.
Okay. All right. I thank you for taking time out of your schedule.
Sure.
Sit down and chat with us, and we'll have to, everyone, you're going to have to follow him on Facebook to see where he's at, new ventures that he's going into. And we have those links, and we'll put those links up also on the YouTube channel, My World by Andrea. And hopefully you'll have best of luck in the Scottish Games, and best of luck in the growing of your business. And
Thank you.
we're going to say goodbye for now, and we will talk to you later. Bye.
All right.